setting violations by looking at the features of the tech companies which help the rising of the labor rights violations. Okay, now you can go to the background slide, Silakan. After, having conducted a review of corresponding literatures, particularly including an article published the year before last year. It's entitled as Labor Rights Training version 2.0, the digitalization of knowledge for workers in global supply chains. And this article was formulated by Professor Tina Sandhofer and Clara Mellenberg. According to their viewpoints, there are at least three dynamics which are coalescing to reshape the labor relations in the tech sector. They are respectively, firstly, the flexibilization. It refers to the changing work practices by which the firm no longer use the labor markets or implicitly promise employees lifetime security, but rather seek very flexible employment relations that permit them to increase or diminish their workforce. Later we will talk about one of the features of the labor relations in the tech sector, which is the flexible working mode. That is directly related to the first dynamic, flexibilization. The next dynamic is the globalization. It refers to the increase in the cross-border transactions in the production and marketing of goods and services that facilitates from relocation to low labor cost countries like the to Asian countries in China, to Indonesia, to Vietnam, etc. Next dynamic is the privatization. It refers to the rise of a new liberal ideology, the attack on big government and the dismantling of social safety net that have dominated public policy. For example, the United States in recent years, as I have heard, and also in China, in order to give way to the so-called 996 working hour system, which I'm going to discuss a little bit later, in line with strong influence from the traditional culture. And that are the three dynamics, namely the background of the development of labor relations in the tech sector. Now, I would like to, present you the features found concerning the labor in the tech field. A first feature that has not been observed, in other sectors is the project-based working mode. You can understand it as the name says, in a given specific project or undertaking with an agreed time framework. In context of this working mode, people can work, for example, at home or at, the Euro off work time. Yeah? So it is directly related to the flexibilization in the dynamic part as we discussed. A typical characteristic of the project-based working mode is that it allows, for example, as I said, working from home or teleworking, during which has ushered in a new era of productivity, inclusiveness, and connectedness. However, this kind of working mode has disadvantages. One of the obvious disadvantages is that it eliminates or make it weak that the border between life and work, right? Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, he posted a declaration, that people need to work 18 hours per week, picking about 100 at times. So that's a reflection of the influence of this kind of mode. A second feature is significant inequality. For example, income inequality. And tech workers have seen their income go up across every bracket, with the highest gains in the real wages at 18th and 19th percentile of the tech income earners. And tech companies are spending a large portion of their capital towards paying a limited number of research and development staff to design new products and software, but not towards, for example, the maintainers and service staff, like factory and maintenance workers, whose roles are increasingly outsourced to, for example, third-party firms. So that is the second feature, inequality, reflected particularly the income inequality. A third feature is the transparency on labor rights to workers. In general, workplace transparency, I would say is a philosophy of sharing information freely in an effort to benefit the organization and its people. In the workplace setting, that could mean that executives, the management, sharing company information with the team, or individual teammates sharing feedback with each other. Transparency will lead to effectiveness in workplace because it makes people informed about the information over the workplace, so they feel kind of safe at heart and comfortable as well. However, insufficient transparency, particularly on the labor rights to workers, has been negative to a good working environment, which is reflected in the Google case, as I discussed just now, because Google was not willing to see that employees accessing documents, right? So that's and Google also imposed workplace monitoring, which is against actually the transparency principle. So you could see that the three features of labor in the tech field. And now please go to the next slide. I would like to present you the Indian case, which is a very typical example of that there are laws enacted, but the government, purposely exempt the tech sector from being imposed with the obligations set out by law. Please go to next slide. And the Indian government is exempting IT and outsourcing companies from the provisions of its labor law to help firms cope.
Sorry, Prof. Kaya, maybe 1 minute more.
Okay, then please go to the conclusions slide. I give you the conclusions. Is that okay? That will take just 1 minute, 2 or 3 minutes. No, slide before this one. Yes. Actually, I have three strategies which are respectively, firstly, respect the workers' rights, which, is the strategy that I formulate on the basis of the Indian case, because it does not respect the workers' rights by purposely exempting IT companies from being obligated by law. A second strategy is secure collective action in tech sector, as reflected in the Google case. A third strategy is to establish a legal culture at workplace in tech sector. So my final conclusion is that the tech sector is like itself needs to be tagged or revolutioned. Otherwise, it will become a modern slavery system in conflicts of the trends of human rights development, which is freedom and democracy. I know that it is a long way to go, but I'm also confident that the issues are, as the issues are increasingly spotted under magnesium lamps, so legal reforms will be lapping up sooner or later. It's just a matter of time. I'm very confident of that. And the ultimate goal, I would say, is that to let the development of the tech sector to serve humans, not to slave humans. That's my point. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Thank
Terima
you.
kasih banyak.
Thank you. Test, check. All right, thank you, Prof. Kai. So we have kind of different perspective. While on the first and the second panelists, we already talked about the AI, and Prof. Kai broadened our knowledge because you talking about the migrant policies and the impact on the technologies area. Okay, maybe this is a little bit out of topic, Prof. Kai, but I know that your expertise is in the migrant and labor law, but maybe I want to ask you, since China, we believe, is one of the leading country in the technology advancement, I want to ask you, what are the notable advancement and trend in maybe cyber technology? Could be regulation-wise, if you more comfortable to talking about the regulation in China, and how do these developments impact the China as a nation in economy maybe, or a society, and also maybe the global landscape of technologies in general.
Sorry, I do not get your question. You wanted me to talk about the
Yeah,
regulations, laws, law rules, legal rules?
Yes, I want to ask you how China regulate the technology, the advancement of the technology in China, and how could that regulation or the technology could impact the China as a nation in economy-wise.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Some fields in technology sector, but I would say that only in terms of the contents of the laws, but also the mechanism to produce laws, to generate laws. For example, we are largely still taking use of the traditional command and control mode to produce laws. That means government. This is here I use government as a broad concept. It consists of the executive organ, the legislative organ, as well as the judicial organ. And government, it's perhaps the only role that is playing in producing the rules. But as we know, tech sector is a high technological sector. So that means government does not possess sufficient knowledge, sufficient compatibility to make rules on sufficient, scientific and consciousness. That's not the advantage of the government, right? Because the state of art of the technology, well, who knows better? Of course, the practitioners. Just now, doctor said that you are a professor. It's a good opportunity for me to learn from you. Actually, I'm thinking the other way around, because you are a practitioner. You know the state of art much better than I do. So it's also a opportunity, great opportunity for me to learn from you. That's true. That's true. Practitioners know better about the development. Of course, you can train the government to get the knowledge. But if you look at the input and output, the ratio, that is not a wise option. What should the government do? The government shall set out the general rules. For the detailed rules, it's from my perspective, well, it should be better left to the practitioners as well as the interest parties, well, to decide, right? They have the knowledge and the capacity as well as the resources to set out more wise, more proper rules. So from that perspective, I think China shall reform the legal rules production system mechanism as well as the contents itself. But the first matter, I mean the production system, if it is reformed, then the contents would become more scientific, more proper, right? That's my point. And I also would like to, sorry, I would like to add one sentence or two that if you involve more practitioners into the rules producing system, one of the benefits is that in addition to the input-output effectiveness, another advantage is that they know the situation better.
We'd like to invite all of our esteemed speakers to join us for a photo session. Please, committee, help us in the photo session. Yes, please. Okay. Thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a big round of applause for Sir Jeremy Epstein, Dr. Slamet, and Professor Kai for joining us for today. Thank you, sir. All right, thank you all for the speakers and participants for your active engagement and thought-provoking discussion during the first session at the Indonesia Cyber Law Conference 2023. Now back to Mbak Farah as our Master of Ceremonies for today.
Thank you, Ibu Kara, for having chaired the first panel discussions. And please to all the speakers and also Ibu Kara to stay on the stage for the souvenir handover and photo session. We would like to invite Dr. Awaludin Marwan, SHMA, MA, PhD, to present gifts to the speakers for this event. So Dr. Awaludin, please come to the stage. And also please welcome Dr. Boy to give the present to the speakers for our today's event. For a token of appreciation, please give him a big round of applause. Thank you very much. And the moderator and the speakers are welcome to return to their seat. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a presentation from GDP. To Ibu Michelle Setiawati Handaka, sorry, yours.
Selamat pagi menjelang makan siang semuanya. Played or not? The video company profile? No worries. Let's just go ahead with this. So today I'll just share a bit about what we've been doing at Glare. The mouse is not working. Okay. Can you go back to the previous slide? Yeah. So at Glare, At Glare, we spell our alphabets a little bit differently, where our ABCD is this. A stands for AI, B for blockchain, C for cloud computing, D for data and analytics, but we also do security assessment and also mobile and web development. So we started in 2017 as a technology consulting companies, where we deliver customized solution to our customers. But along the way, we start to develop our own product, one of which I will show to you today. I know this is something that is highly debatable in the legal industry, but just like previously, before we are able to tame fire, we were just a small prey. Later, we are able to become predator, because we are able to tame fire. Just like technology, it will equip us to do something more productive. Go back to the previous slide. Thank you. So when we are talking about generative AI, we know we are talking about the artificial intelligence that generates new contents. And this can be in terms of text, or other modalities. And when we're talking about generating text, it can be generating answers from questions, or it can be generating summarization. And then when we're talking about generative AI, one of the most important names that come to our mind is ChatGPT, OpenAI ChatGPT, right? Because it is one of the most powerful large language model we have today. But this is not without a challenge. When we are talking about the challenges and what we offer, so this is some of the challenges that we face when we are using ChatGPT. The first one is limited knowledge. ChatGPT is only trained to a certain period of time. For the free version, the GPT 3.5, it is only up to January 2022. It has no access to real-time information. It has no access to the internet. This by enforcing the model to only deliver answers from trusted sources. And the last one is deployment. Deployment is something that might be of concern for highly regulated industry like legal tech. When we are using OpenAI ChatGPT, it is only offered as software as a service, right? It is hosted in the cloud owned by OpenAI. But when we are doing with Glare, we can deliver managed ChatGPT service in a VPC, or we can only deploy and develop ChatGPT model-like on-premise. So this is our focus at Glare. The first one is we help our customers to do internal data integration. We help with deployment from public cloud all the way to on-premise. We focus on English and Indonesian language. And then we also support multimodality, be it from unstructured text, structured text like from the database, images including OCR, and also audio. For Bahasa Indonesia audio, we partner with prosa.ai to deliver the solution. And then like, as always, when we are talking about AI solution, we might have to deal with data. And to deliver this data, we partner with datastore.ai to deliver the annotation platform as the tools. We also have a team of linguists to help with the human in the loop. And our solution is developer experience friendly. Yeah. Can we just open all the? Okay. So when we are talking about the LLM, we can talk about 4 levels of LLMs. The first level of LLM is the open source LLM that is highly available in the market, but most of them are English centric. So what we are doing at Glare, we focus on LLM number 2 and LLM number 3, where we do secondary pre-training, we do additional fine-tuning to equip the model with additional capability in Bahasa Indonesia. And then we also deliver the third layer of LLM, where we have industry-specific domain knowledge, which is we are focusing on is in legal industry and also in financial service industry. For the fourth LLM, where we have to incorporate data from a very specific companies, we usually do joint development. We also deliver RAG for advanced Q&A, summarization, and we also deliver the application in terms of customer support or internal knowledge management. We also do this with privacy, security, and so this is some of the example that we already have. This is in partnership with Katapa, where we can ask about Peraturan Menteri Keuangan, Peraturan Menteri terkait tenaga kerja. We have this already. So people can ask about regulations. We have also worked with Datastore and Confrence. This is a legal company in Mexico to deliver a solution that equip their internal employees to do their job better. Okay, so this is some of the example that we have. This is a simple Q&A. We ask, what is the context of pretrial detention hearings? And what are the limitations that we should observe? And this is the answer that our bot provides. So in simple Q&A, we just want the bot to answer based on an explicit questions contained in some sources, some trusted sources. And then the second one is for advanced Q&A. In advanced Q&A, we ask the bot to search about pretrial decision. And then this is the answer. What are the introduction, the legal framework? What are the concerns, the factors, and other stuff? And in this case, for advanced Q&A, we ask the bot to search for multiple sources and find an answer that might be implicit, not just explicit. And the last one, this is a document about inheritance law that we ask the bot to summarize. So Previously? Previous slide. Previously. Yeah. This is the example of the result of the summarization of the documents. We can just drop the documents as an attachment, or we can just copy-paste some of the text. And just like with any other new technology, we need help to ensure this technology benefits us more than the challenges. We value your feedback. Please become our beta user, and let's collaborate. Thank you. Please play the video.
As the world we live in keeps on evolving, we become more reliant on technology. From
Not this
businesses
one.
to our
The
everyday
video in this
lives,
slide.
everything needs to be easier and more efficient.
Can you play the sound? Maybe I should be the one talking about this. Yeah, so our solution already support two languages, Indonesian and English, and it is able to be deployed on-premise. So this is an open model, which is very important in highly regulated industry. We have supported summarization and also advanced Q&A. And you are able to export all of the chats into your own working space. And we have also supported a lot of documents in terms of types and also category. I think we can just skip to the company profile. Thank you very much for your time.
As the world we live in keeps on evolving, we become more reliant on technology. From businesses to our everyday lives, everything needs to be easier and more efficient. Glare, your technology partner, to help you accelerate and be efficient. We integrate the things that you always wanted to have in your business, most importantly in a secure and affordable way. There's so much more that Glare can do. Let's collaborate and join us in your transformation to the future.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the second presentation from Pegadaian. To Bapak Agus Arianto and also Ibu Desi Tri Ramadhani Pohan, the floor is yours.
Uang saku habis dalam sekejap buat jajan mochi pizza dan kebab semua
Tes, oke.
Tes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Aduh, kayaknya
Kurang semangat
kurang
kali ya.
semangat Mbak.
Iya.
Mungkin belum bentar lagi mau makan siang, mau
Iya,
istirahat
benar.
ya. Kita ulangi lagi ya Mbak ya.
Ya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Mungkin sebelumnya perkenalkan, nama saya Agus Haryanto dari Pegadaian dan rekan saya.
Saya Desi Tri Ramadhani Pohan dari Pegadaian.
Oh iya, mungkin kita akan memaparkan atau mengenalkan produk-produk Pegadaian. Mungkin banyak Bapak Ibu semuanya yang ada di sini belum tahu nih terkait dengan produk-produk Pegadaian. Mungkin silakan Mbak Desi.
Oke, sebelumnya di sini mungkin Bapak Ibu hanya taunya Pegadaian itu hanya bisa untuk menggadai emas saja. Tetapi Pegadaian ini sudah banyak produk-produk yang mantap-mantap, yang pastinya ada investasi jangka panjang seperti itu ya Mas Agus ya.
Betul.
Nah, jadi Pegadaian ini boleh next slide. Nah, jadi Pegadaian ini memiliki produk yaitu cicilan emas logam mulia Antam yang terdiri di sini ada Galeri 24, UBS, Antam dan Loci Arsi. Nah, di Pegadaian ini juga bisa di sistem cicil dengan harga yang lebih murah seperti ya Mas Agus ya.
Ya Mbak. Jadi di Pegadaian juga bukan investasi emas saja, cicilan emas, juga ada tabungan emas. Tabungan emas ini dikonversikan jadi gram. Jadi kalau di bank kita nabung isinya saldo ya Mbak Desi ya. Kalau di Pegadaian langsung dikonfirmasikan jadi emas. Next saja.
Nah, di sini bisa dilihat bahwasanya harga emas sekarang ini lagi melonjak naik. Nah, sebelum itu harga emas itu dari tahun 2020 ya Mas Agus ya, masih 900 atau 800 ribu. Sekarang ini sudah menjelang sampai 1.139, bahkan kemarin itu pernah 1.150 untuk per gramnya. Jadi di sini harga emas itu naik sangat signifikan ya Mas Agus ya.
Betul, sangat grafiknya dari tahun ke tahun semakin tinggi harganya.
Nah, boleh next. Nah, ini kebetulan Pegadaian lagi ada program atau cashback besar-besaran nih untuk mana tahu dikira berminat ya Mas Agus ya pengambilan
Betul, mungkin,
cicilan gitu.
Cicilan. Kebetulan ini kita ada program Gelora, mungkin bapak-bapak ibu-ibu ada yang berminat, kita buka booth di depan. Kebetulan kita ada cashback 25.000 sampai 50.000 untuk per gramnya. Silahkan kalau misalnya
sebenar.
Bapak ada yang mau perlu untuk pembuka cicilan emas atau tabungan emas, kita ada promonya nih hari ini ya Mbak.
Iya
ya, hari ini ya.
benar. Nah, kebetulan juga Pegadaian di sini juga ada boothnya di depan. Nanti Bapak Ibu bisa datang kalau misalkan nih berminat untuk pengambilan cicilan logam mulianya, bisa datang ke depan untuk lihat standnya Pegadaian. Nanti bisa tanya-tanya tentang produk-produk Pegadaian tersebut apa aja dan mengenai program-programnya tersebut. Boleh next? Lagi? Nah, ini dia untuk tabungan emas. Tadi Mas Agus sudah nyenggol mengenai produk Pegadaian itu tabungan emas yang dimana yang dikonversi menjadi apa ya tadi ya Mas Agus ya? Konversi jadi emas langsung. Jadi di sini Bapak Ibu itu nabung berupa uang, cuma nanti dia dikonversinya jadi emas. Boleh next dulu? Lagi. Nah, jadi nanti contohnya seperti ini. Misalkan nih Bapak Ibu nabung sekitar 1 juta, jadi nanti itu bukan dikonversinya 1 juta jadi 1 juta ya Mas Agus ya.
Betul.
Jadi nanti 1 juta.
Kebut kita pembiayaan kendaraan bermotor ini kita sangat murah Mbak Desi.
Iya,
Di
betul.
Pegadaian. Kita sewa modalnya bisa 0,9.
Wah, murah
seluruh
sekali.
Indonesia paling murah di Pegadaian untuk pengambilan unit motor atau mobil di Pegadaian.
Iya.
Next. Nah, ini contoh
Mungkin contoh
simulasinya ya,
simulasinya.
simulasi cicilan kendaraan mobil ataupun kendaraan.
Nah, Juga ada lagi nih Pegadaian itu juga bisa haji ya Mas Agus ya, dengan jaminannya cuma 3,5 gram. Nah kita kembali lagi nih seperti ke awal yang investasi. Nah investasi itu bisa jadi barang jaminannya kan Mas Agus. Kayak contoh misalnya nih tabungan emas. Kalau misalkan Bapak Ibu sudah memiliki tabung emas sebesar 3,5 gram, itu bisa untuk dijaminkan sebagai pembiayaan ibadah haji, ya kan Mas Agus?
Ya, jaminan 3,5 gram langsung kita daftarkan di Kemenak untuk pendaftaran porsi haji. Nah, kenapa tadi kita investasi emas, kita investasi cicilan logam mulia, terus tabungan emas. Nah, fungsinya ini. Kedepannya kita kalau ada niat untuk menyentuh untuk beribadah haji langsung ke Pegadaian, langsung kita daftarin, langsung dibiayain oleh Pegadaian, kita daftarin ke Kemenak Mbak Desi, gitu ya Mbak Desi ya.
Iya benar.
Nah ini simulasinya, kalau lebih detailnya ntar kita boleh tanya ke depan ke booth Pegadaian. Nah, tadi saya sampaikan ada investasi, ada pengambilan unit motor ataupun ibadah haji, dan di Pegadaian juga ada pinjaman usaha dari 1 juta sampai 500 juta. Nah, mungkin nggak saya detailin ya Mbak Desi ya, karena ini produknya sangat karena terkait dengan waktu, terkait dengan kalau misalnya ada yang perlu ditanyakan langsung datang ke booth. Nah ini contohnya ya, kita bisa jaminan BPKB motor ataupun mobil. Jadi di Pegadaian itu produknya sangat banyak sekali, ada investasi emas, ada cicilan kendaraan motor, ada tabungan emas, terus ada ibadah haji, terus modal usaha. Nah itu ada produk-produk dari Pegadaian. Mungkin cukup
untuk kita spill produk Pegadaian yang mungkin ini terbilang hits ya di Pegadaian. Nah mungkin nanti Bapak Ibu ingin tanya-tanya lebih jelasnya lagi, bisa datang ke booth kita, yaitu ada di depan. Nanti bisa kita tukar-tukaran nomor kali ya Mas Agus.
Betul.
Ya.
Nah
gitu.
kebetulan untuk mengingatkan lagi, di kitanya ada promo tadi, diskon cashbacknya 2 buka booth nyampe acara ini selesai.
Iya,
mungkin cukup dari saya, mohon maaf, terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Uang saku habis dalam sejam. Semua ingin kembali untuk jadi energi.
Today. And for the call for paper presenters, you are welcome to go to the 6th floor at 12:45. And for the VIP guests and speakers, you are welcome to leave the meeting hall to have a lunch in the VIP room. Oke, dan juga untuk para peserta call for paper, jika ada presentasi hari ini, maka dipersilakan untuk datang ke lantai 6 dan pada pukul 12.45 untuk presentasi. Dan juga panitia telah menemukan kunci motor Yamaha, masih tergantung di motor, berwarna merah, bernomor polisi 5034 TCQ. Ya, bagi yang merasa kehilangan motor kunci motor motornya berwarna merah, maka silakan menuju meja MC. And for the participant, kindly sit still on your place, because after this there will be a presentation or explanation from the committee. So to our committee, Resta and also Jordi, please come to the stage.
sahabat Heylaw, perkenalkan kami Heylaw adalah startup teknologi di bidang pendidikan hukum yang bertujuan membantu masyarakat belajar hukum dengan mudah. Didirikan oleh Awaludin Marwan SH MHMA PhD, doktor lulusan hukum Utrecht University Belanda pada November 2019. Heylaw ingin mendemokratisasi. Kami punya slogan Your Soulmate Learning Law, kawan belajar terbaik. Kami mempunyai produk baru loh, namanya Heylaw Knowledge Center atau disingkat HKC. HKC adalah salah satu produk Heylaw yang menyediakan informasi, dokumen bisa mengarungi samudra pengetahuan hukum mulai dari peraturan perundang-undangan, jurnal hukum, putusan, dokumen perbandingan, hasil riset, tesis, disertasi, dan seterusnya. Kami sebut ini sebagai perpustakaan digital hukum. HKC terus akan dikembangkan dalam menjawab kebutuhan informasi, dokumentasi, dan pembelajaran digital hukum di Indonesia. Setidaknya layanan ini terdiri dari 4 bagian pokok, yakni yang pertama, peraturan perundang-undangan. Segala macam peraturan perundang-undangan, sebanyak puluhan hingga ratusan ribu dokumen tersedia di sini. Mulai dari konstitusi, undang-undang, peraturan pemerintah, peraturan presiden, peraturan kementerian dan lembaga, peraturan daerah, provinsi dan kota, dan seterusnya. Yang kedua, akademik. Ingin mencari referensi hukum yang kredibel, HKC menyediakan jurnal hukum dari berbagai fakultas hukum di Indonesia. Selain jurnal, HKC akan mengembangkan sistem publikasi tesis dan disertasi, serta penelitian-penelitian ilmiah di bidang hukum. Yang ketiga, putusan. Putusan peradilan di bawah naungan Mahkamah Agung akan disediakan pada layanan HKC. Begitu juga dengan putusan pada Mahkamah Konstitusi dan lembaga kuasa peradilan ke depan. Kajian terhadap putusan juga akan dikembangkan loh dan disediakan di HKC. Yang keempat, perbandingan. Melakukan studi perbandingan akan jauh lebih mudah melalui layanan perbandingan hukum pada HKC. Kita bisa mengetahui norma hukum dan topik spesifik isu hukum tertentu di berbagai negara dengan menggunakan layanan perbandingan hukum pada HKC. Semua lebih mudah hanya dalam satu platform. Yuk belajar dengan HKC supaya kamu gak ketinggalan info hukum terbaru.
Dipecat karena keputusan pejabat, bermasalah dengan kepemilikan tanah, atau ingin mengikuti peraturan perundang-undangan tapi bingung mau mulai dari mana? Dapatkan solusi tepat bersama Profesor termuda Indonesia, Profesor Dr. Ibu Sina Chandra Negara, SKMH. Hanya dengan 25.000, kamu sudah bisa konsultasi loh. Yuk konsultasi sekarang hanya di heylaw.id.
Siapa yang menguasai AI, dialah yang berpotensi menguasai dunia. Di Indonesia, kita menyadari pentingnya menjaga kecerdasan artifisial atau AI berbasis nilai untuk keberlanjutan dan kesejahteraan. Strategi Nasional Kecerdasan Artifisial Indonesia telah menetapkan 4 area fokus dan 5 bidang prioritas, termasuk etika dan kebijakan, pengembangan talenta, data dan infrastruktur, riset dan industri. Dalam melaksanakan strategi tersebut diperlukan sebuah poros penggerak inovasi yang gesit, tidak birokratis, dan berbasis nilai atau pasar. Itulah mengapa Korika dibentuk. Korika didirikan sebagai hasil dari pemikiran bersama komponen pentahelix, yaitu pemerintah, industri, akademisi, komunitas, dan media. Dengan semangat bersinergi dan berkolaborasi, Korika bertekad merealisasikan strategi nasional kecerdasan artifisial Indonesia menuju Indonesia 2045. Visi Korika adalah menjadi organisasi gesit dan terpercaya dalam mewujudkan ekosistem kolaborasi untuk percepatan penerapan strategi nasional kecerdasan artifisial menuju Indonesia 2045. Misi Korika adalah melaksanakan orkestrasi ekosistem dan heliks kecerdasan artifisial melalui model bisnis berbasis nilai dengan berlandaskan pada strategi nasional kecerdasan artifisial. Korika menjalankan tugasnya dengan berlandaskan 7 prinsip utama: kolaborasi inklusif, profesional dan transparan, adaptif dan tangkas, independen, kompetisi sehat, serta keunggulan Indonesia berbasis penciptaan nilai. Korika memiliki beberapa program utama untuk mencapai misi tersebut. AI Talent bertujuan untuk mempercepat pertumbuhan talenta dalam bidang kecerdasan artifisial. AI Maker Lab memberikan akses data latih dan mesin komputasi bagi pakai untuk mempercepat eksplorasi dan prototyping. AI Innovations mengakselerasi komersialisasi inovasi melalui dukungan ekosistem. Korika juga berperan dalam advokasi dan moderasi etika dalam pengembangan AI. Kegiatan komunitas bertujuan untuk memperkuat kolaborasi dan semangat bersama. AI Innovation Summit menjadi panggung untuk berbagi pengetahuan dan inovasi di bidang kecerdasan artifisial. Marilah kita bersama-sama berkontribusi dan berkolaborasi membangun keunggulan riset dan inovasi industri kecerdasan artifisial Indonesia. Dari kita, untuk kita, oleh kita, Korika.
Jadi advokat dengan status yang sama penegak hukum, dia tidak pernah dibiayai oleh negara. Dia yang membiayai dirinya sendiri. Ini menurut saya tidak fair.
Senang sekali bisa berbagi pengetahuan dengan kawan-kawan rekan-rekan yang mengikuti acara PKPA yang diselenggarakan oleh KAI, Heylaw Edu, dan Universitas.
Kalau kita memang ingin negara hukum terwujud di Indonesia, satu aktor yang sangat-sangat penting adalah pengacara. Dan harapan saya kesadaran posisi pengacara akan bermanfaat untuk mewujudkan negara hukum di Indonesia dengan lebih baik.
As the world we live in keeps on evolving, we become more reliant on technology. From businesses to our everyday lives, everything needs to be easier and more efficient. Glare, your technology partner, to help you accelerate and be efficient. We integrate the things that you always wanted to have in your business, most importantly, in a secure and affordable way. There's so much more that Glare can do. Let's collaborate and join us in your transformation to the future.
Beruri, trusted authenticity guarantor since 1971.
PT Kaya Ilmu Bermanfaat atau yang lebih dikenal dengan PT KIB merupakan perusahaan penerbit dan lembaga riset. So, untuk kamu para akademisi dan praktisi yang ingin menuangkan hasil pemikiran dan pengalamannya menjadi sebuah buku, maka pilihlah PT KIB. Buku kami sudah eksis di Gramedia dan marketplace kamu hukum yaitu Tokopedia dan Shopee. Jadi jangan ragu lagi ya, pilih KIB.
Halo sahabat Heylaw, perkenalkan kami Heylaw adalah startup teknologi di bidang pendidikan hukum yang bertujuan membantu masyarakat belajar hukum dengan mudah. Didirikan oleh Awaludin Marwan SH MHMA PhD, doktor lulusan hukum Utrecht University Belanda pada November 2019. Heylaw ingin mendemokratisasi pendidikan hukum yang mudah dan dengan teknologi. Kami punya slogan, Your Soulmate Learning Law, kawan belajar terbaik. Kami mempunyai produk baru loh, namanya Heylaw Knowledge Center atau disingkat HKC. HKC adalah salah satu produk Heylaw yang menyediakan informasi, dokumentasi, dan pembelajaran digital hukum terpadu. Dalam satu platform ini, kita bisa mengarungi samudra hasil riset, tesis, disertasi, dan seterusnya. Kami sebut ini sebagai perpustakaan digital hukum. HKC terus akan dikembangkan dalam menjawab kebutuhan informasi, dokumentasi, dan pembelajaran digital hukum di Indonesia. Setidaknya layanan ini terdiri dari 4 bagian pokok, yakni yang pertama, peraturan perundang-undangan. Segala macam peraturan perundang-undangan sebanyak puluhan hingga ratusan ribu dokumen tersedia di sini. Mulai dari konstitusi, undang-undang, peraturan pemerintah, peraturan presiden, peraturan kementerian dan lembaga, peraturan daerah, provinsi dan kota, dan seterusnya. Yang kedua, akademik. Ingin mencari referensi hukum yang kredibel? HKC menyediakan jurnal hukum dari berbagai fakultas hukum di Indonesia. Selain jurnal, HKC akan mengembangkan sistem publikasi tesis dan disertasi serta penelitian-penelitian ilmiah di bidang hukum. Yang ketiga, putusan. Putusan peradilan di bawah naungan Mahkamah Agung akan disediakan pada layanan HKC. Begitu juga dengan putusan pada Mahkamah Konstitusi dan lembaga kuasa peradilan ke depan. Kajian terhadap putusan juga akan dikembangkan loh dan disediakan di HKC. Yang keempat, perbandingan. Melakukan studi perbandingan akan jauh lebih mudah melalui layanan perbandingan hukum pada HKC. Kita bisa mengetahui norma hukum dan topik spesifik isu hukum tertentu di berbagai negara dengan menggunakan layanan perbandingan hukum pada HKC. Semua lebih mudah hanya dalam satu platform. Yuk belajar dengan HKC supaya kamu gak ketinggalan info hukum terbaru.
Dipecat karena keputusan pejabat, bermasalah dengan kepemilikan tanah? Atau ingin menguji peraturan perundang-undangan tapi bingung mau mulai dari mana? Dapatkan solusi tepat bersama Profesor Termuda Indonesia, Profesor Dr. Ibrusina Chandra Negara, SKFH. Hanya dengan 25.000, kamu sudah bisa konsultasi loh. Yuk konsultasi sekarang hanya di heylaw.id.
Siapa yang menguasai AI, dialah yang berpotensi menguasai dunia. Di Indonesia, kita menyadari pentingnya menjaga kecerdasan artifisial atau AI berbasis nilai untuk keberlanjutan dan kesejahteraan. Strategi Nasional Kecerdasan Artifisial Indonesia telah menetapkan 4 area fokus dan 5 bidang prioritas, termasuk etika dan kebijakan, pengembangan talenta, data dan infrastruktur, riset dan berbasis nilai dengan berlandaskan pada Strategi Nasional Kecerdasan Artifisial